Hey everyone, my name is Finn, and I'm here to review the Lifetime movie, A Recipe for Seduction. Before we start, I'd just like to let you know a little bit about myself. I'm a professor and teach academic writing overseas, and just happen to love cheesy movies from channels such as Hallmark and Lifetime. What I love about them is that Hallmark taught me to love men, while Lifetime taught me how to kill them. I find it to be a perfect balance of true love and an urge to murder, like in most relationships. In all seriousness, I feel like there's this pressure in academia to create this persona that is mature to an annoying degree and watches only smart, artsy, independent films, which I love, fair enough, but like mac and cheese at a fancy restaurant? Sometimes I prefer a little craft at home. These movies are fun because sometimes my brain is so fried from my job that a cheesy, brainless, mind-numbing film is just what the doctor ordered.
Very good, Dr. Ashland, very good.
Moreover, my dad and I often watch Lifetime together, so this became kind of a father-daughter bonding activity, so I plan to mainly review mostly these types of films. I might throw in an artsy film once in a while, depending on my mood. Now, let's get started. I feel like A Recipe for Seduction is the movie we all needed to get us through this pandemic. I can only watch Sister Act and Ghostbusters so many times on TV before I go completely mad. So I truly was excited to watch this as it was something new, plus it put three things I love together in 15 minutes of finger-licking good fun. Lifetime, KFC, and Mario Lopez. I'll start with Mario. Now, I'm old enough to be able to say that I grew up watching Mario Lopez as the hot but sexist pig known as AC Slater.
She's a cute little feminist, isn't she?
And Saved by the Bell in the early 90s, who always seemed to be the antithesis rival to Zach Morris and often got in ways of his pranks and his true love, Kelly Kapowski.
And what if I don't, punk? Then I'll just have to make you, punk.
Really, to me, the show was like a reverse Archie comic where Betty and Veronica fought over Archie. To be honest, I was Team Zach.
I'm Zach. And I'm in love.
With his constant scheming and full-blown narcissistic charm, he was pretty irresistible to this once 10-year-old. Much like in the same vein as Ferris Bueller.
Ah! Jeannie, what the hell are you doing? You trying to kill us? God, look at this mess. Paper all over the place. I'll never get this back in order.
Who it now turns out was a total sociopath, much like Zach, which you'll discover if you ever watch the Funny or Die series Zach Morris's Trash. I highly recommend it. Links are below. Anyway, when the show ended, Mario Lopez all but disappeared from my sightline till the TV movie Breaking the Surface, the Greg Louganis story, where he played the Olympic diving champion, who to this day is still considered the best diver of all time. What made this an amazing movie and a risk for his career during this time was that Greg was gay and competed at the Olympics while having AIDS, which was very controversial back in the day. After a diving accident, his blood contaminated the pool, and that's when he first revealed his condition. Eventually, he bravely came out not only to the Olympics, but to the whole world. This risky move for Mario fortunately paid off, as it was well received. For his part, Mario even earned an Alma Award for his performance. He's never been short of work and is considered to be the most successful actor of the Saved by the Bell franchise. He's even been the subject of a Lifetime movie himself, and was the first to reach out to Dustin Diamond after the scandalous book he wrote on his castmates and when he was diagnosed with cancer. I've gotten to watch Mario through the years improve his acting chops and mature, and my, how he has matured. On screens, in American homes, while hosting and acting in various TV shows, documentaries, cartoons, reality TV movies, a soap, and even a dance competition that helped revive his career during a low period due to the fact that really there aren't that many roles for Latinos in general, and after his various cheating scandals. Unfortunately, though, true to Mario, he even cheated on his dance partner, so the short-lived leg up he got from the competition didn't last long. Although his moves were pretty awesome, however, the Hollywood Playboy finally tied the knot and met his future wife on the set of a Broadway play, and he's been faithful ever since. Much like Vivica Fox, a beacon of Lifetime movies filled with murder and mayhem, Mario Lopez is starting to become a symbol of Christmas romance movies, giving the Hallmark Christmas queens Candace Cameron Bure and Lacey Chabert a run for their money. This was kicked off by my personal favorite Christmas movie, Christmas in Handcuffs, ABC Family's most watched movie ever, alongside with the much-loved comedic TV actress Melissa Joan Hart, another 90s kid. Now, on to my second favorite, Lifetime. Lifetime's been around for years and is partially owned by the Walt Disney Channel. That's right, the mouse has delved into drama and murder, entertaining around 95 million viewers in the US since 1984, and has supplied us with a multitude of Lifetime movies based on the lives of broken former child stars that starred on the Disney Channel. It's a channel that everyone knows about, but doesn't admit to ever watching. Some claim it even promotes misogynism while portraying men as the abusers and women as the victims. However, I think over the years the playing field is equalized with such classic hits as A Woman Scorned, The Betty Broderick Story, You May Now Kill the Bride, and The Trainer. Its golden period was the 90s with decent Hollywood names such as Judith Light and Meredith Baxter. Gone are the days of classic American movie productions with major rising stars such as Ben Affleck, Reese Witherspoon, Kristen Stewart, and yes, even Jason Momoa. The channel now mostly serves as a graveyard for D-list actors trying to revive their flatlining careers or cheap Canadian productions that became glowingly obvious with the awkward word choices such as washroomer runners or the occasional slip of the accent when they say sorry or eh. Heck, they even didn't hide the fact that there are signs for Canadian hockey teams in the background. Actors in skimpy outfits, the streets lined with palm trees, and the golden sun with beaches you can actually swim in rather than die from hypothermia have all but disappeared and have been traded for the actors completely bundled up, the Cascade Mountains, and cloudy skies. There's only so many times a story can take place in Seattle or Portland before your audience becomes suspicious that it isn't the US. Despite the Pacific Northwest's tendency towards depression due to a lack of vitamin D, murder rates can't be that high. Even with the low production value, the channel has continued to grow, reaching into homes in Africa, Asia, Australia, Canada, Europe, Latin America, and the Middle East. They've even spawned 2 other channels in a streaming service, which I proudly became a member of when I moved overseas. Lastly, KFC, or also known as Kentucky Fried Chicken, which has a personal place in my heart, as I have an uncle from Indiana who lived in a city across the Kentucky border in Louisville, the birthplace of the chicken franchise. He actually got his first job there and even met the Colonel once. What I really love about KFC is its ability to expand its product lines in very creative ways. They own the cornerstone on Christmas in Japan after having convinced people that fried chicken and strawberry cakes should be the traditional meal for the Valentine's Day-like holiday. Check below for a link on a deeper understanding of how that came about and Japan's obsession with the chicken franchise. In Hong Kong, KFC tried to take over the fashion scene by releasing edible nail polish. Talk about taking finger-licking good to a whole new level. KFC even tried to break into the gaming market by joining in a partnership and creating a game console that has built-in chamber just for keeping your crispy product warm while you play, as well as KFC scented fire logs that'll keep you smelling that magic blend of herbs and spices all night long with your significant other. And now KFC has done the unthinkable by getting into the movie business with its first, but hopefully not last, production of A Recipe of Seduction. What I love about this flick is that it feels not only like a Lifetime movie and is overall trashy fun, but it has this Mexican novella-like feel to it. I used to watch them with my grandma, and there's so much over-top acting in them that it doesn't even matter if you speak Spanish. You can pretty much figure out what's going on rather quickly. On a side note, I highly recommend them for those trying to learn Spanish. Anyway, it has a huge colonial mansion with a giant fountain in the front with decorations that accent Latin culture just like a typical novella. I just love it. When the trailer dropped, at first I thought it was a joke. I was like, seriously? A KFC Lifetime movie? Mario Lopez as the Colonel in that outfit with that hair? Mind blown. I mean, that hair alone will go down in history as iconically horrible, like Tom Hanks' hair in the Da Vinci Code or the Rachel cut. Okay, that's gotta be a joke, but after some soul searching and Googling, it turned out to be true. How this bird brain idea was hatched, I'll never know. Now, the movie was directed by Gene, as in Levi's, but dropped the S. I thought, wow, are they so famous they only need a one-word name like Demi or Cher? No, I think they didn't want to admit to directing this hot mess. I'm kidding. After a bit of digging, it turns out it's made up of the initials of the 3 screenwriters' names, who are a comedy writing team that got their start at MTV in the mid-2000s. I thought that was pretty cool. So let's get into the ridiculousness of the film, because that's why we're all here. The movie is about a mother and a daughter named Bonnie and Jessica. Yeah, like Jessica Rabbit, haha. Who are facing massive debt left by her recently deceased husband, where I'm sure, in true Lifetime fashion, it was a mysterious death. They live in a gorgeous mansion that is cleverly dressed up in red and white colors. They did not leave out one detail. Unfortunately, this mother-daughter team is broke and are about to lose everything. So what does one do when they need to save? Well, hire a private resident chef and throw lavish parties, of course, because, you know, that's logical. Now, the mother has come up with a scheme for her daughter to marry Billy Garibaldi III so that they can maintain their ultra-rich lifestyle. What I found even weirder is that it turns out Bunny is having an affair with Billy. Why doesn't she just marry him herself? It's not like this is the 90s. It's not like scandalous. People do it all the time. Whatever, this is Lifetime. I have to suspend reality to get through this. Despite the hair, the Colonel is spicy hot. I mean, it's Mario Lopez, and it's clear sparks are flying between him and Jessica. Love at first bite, if you will. So Billy takes a back burner to our hero as things start to heat up. Harlan confesses to Jessica about his secret recipe that he certainly didn't wing about finger-licking good chicken that's going to revolutionize the whole chicken-eating world. Phew. So many puns. Billy catches Harlan and Jessica in the garden while she works out in her head whether she should marry Billy or ditch him for Harlan. You know, after a 5-minute conversation about chicken. As one does. I mean, he's a chef. A hot one at that. She'll be eating well. That's a bonus. I could marry a chef. So Billy becomes enraged with jealousy and starts a fight with Harlan, even though he's hooking up with her mother. Disgusted by Billy's behavior, Jessica runs off. While contemplating her life, Jessica calls up her token gay best friend Lee, who's on his way to the Whitendale Country Club, a nod to Lifetime as it's a catch-all name for Ivy League universities in various Lifetime movies.
And if you just keep working as hard as you have, you can get into whichever college you choose.
Even Whitendale?
Even Whitendale.
Jessica gushes over Harlan as Billy is long forgotten, and she plans to break up with him, which unsettles her mother, who then also rushes off to the country club to meet up with Billy to put a stop to this. Again, she could hook up with Billy. Nothing wrong with that. It's not like he's super young. It's okay, girl. As far as I'm concerned, the 21st century is an equal opportunity cougar hunting season. Well, unbeknownst to the plotting duo, like in a James Bond movie, our villains spill their affair and the nefarious plot involving Harlan and his secret recipe, which Lee conveniently overhears. Poor Lee. For us Lifetime movie fans, we know exactly what's going to happen to him. Like a girl who says, "I'll be right back" in an 80s horror movie. This chicken's done.
Get another beer. You want one? Yeah, sure. I'll be right back.
Billy rushes back to the mansion and goes through Harlan's things to find his recipe, which is written on a note card. I paused that part to look at the recipe card, and that's not a real recipe. Billy tells Harlan that Jessica has already accepted his proposal and starts to write up a check worth $500,000 I need to go away. But his love is as pure as his ingredients that he uses. I'm sorry, and this may sound horrible, but I would drop my man for $500,000 in a heartbeat, which is probably why I'm still single, but I still got student debt to pay. Damn, I should have been a private chef. Some of the best parts of this film were when Billy and Harlan were fighting.
Beat it, Crouton.
Don't call me Crouton.
Secret's out, chicken man.
Great stuff. Next, when Lee comes looking for Jessica and confronts Bunny, her evil mother takes Lee out with a broom of all things. It's not like we didn't see that coming. And why do these people confront these crazy villains like that alone? I've never understood it. This is something you can text or call. Harlan approaches Jessica to tell her about how her fiancés tried to buy him off and to confront her about telling him about his secret recipe. Jessica denies it, and our hero stomps off in a pout after he apologizes for accusing her. Jessica naturally runs after him, telling him that she never accepted Billy's proposal. Then they share their first kiss ever. Lurking behind them is Bunny, who calls Billy to tell her about their unholy tryst. Bunny tells Jessica the next day that Harlan has run away. Dang, these people move fast. Jessica is clearly heartbroken. While walking in the garden, she notices blood on a doorknob. This girl must have eagle eye vision, because there's no way I would have caught that. So she opens the door to what seems to be a storage area and discovers that our hero is all tied up. Question. Mario Lopez is stacked, and I mean stacked. He's built like a wrestler because he was a wrestler. How did he not take Billy down? Anyway, like in every Lifetime movie, it's clear these writers did their homework. It's a trap. Billy comes out of the shadows telling Jessica he's going to put an end to our chicken-obsessed friend. On a good note, we find out that Lee has escaped and is still alive. He's lucky because that's a rarity for our Lifetime friends. Harlan takes down Billy by headbutting him, something he could have done very easily earlier on. And so we did get to witness some magic here as the laws of physics were defied on Harlan's glasses, which never fell off or broke, nor was one head of hair actually out of place. It must actually be a hair helmet. That's all I can think of. Well done. However, Billy's also magic and appears totally fine as he grabs a knife and is about to carve Harlan like a bird, but Lee takes him out. Anyway, Bunny becomes frustrated and also tries to kill the Colonel, but Jessica checks her like a linebacker, like Harlan should have done. After saving Harlan, Jessica steals another kiss from our spicy chicken man. On a wing and a prayer, 1 year later, Lee marries Harlan and Jessica, because aside from being a best friend and a resident badass, he's also a reverend. He might even be the religious leader of Harlan's chicken-loving cult. In true Lifetime fashion, though, they leave enough room for a sequel, as Jessica's crazy catatonic mother is staying at a health and wellness center. Horribly aged, by the way, in a year. Billy appears out of nowhere. One question, why is he not in jail? That's at least a life sentence. He must have one heck of a lawyer. I need to find one like his, for no reason at all. Anyway, they begin plotting their revenge as they eat a piece of Harlan's now famous chicken. Again, could have just married Bunny, Billy. I really like this movie. It was just trashy fun. I hope they make a sequel. Maybe when they drop one of their crazy products, as I said. I really like Mario Lopez and Lifetime. It's a win-win combo. Anyway, I give it 5 out of 5 drumsticks of crispy, finger-licking, secret herbs and spicy goodness. And guess what? You can catch this 15-minute long ad on one of the links below. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time.